Welcome to the Global Poker League. We are live this Tuesday evening. We are into week 13 already, and I'm Laura Cornelius. We have quite the show lined up for you. Whereas Tuesday nights were normally all about Six Max, tonight we have a little bit of heads up action coming your way as well. This is our penultimate week of broadcasting from the studio here in Malta. Let's take a look at what games are coming up for you today. The first one will be the Hong Kong Stars versus the Paris Aviators. That is Nanonoko, Randy Liu versus Mike Leah. Coming up very shortly, 9 a.m. Pacific time, 12 p.m. Eastern or 6 p.m. Central European time. And then second billing of the night. This will be a good one. He was a friend of mine. Oh, very sexy neck there. just a quick interlude. It's going to be Dmitry Urbanovic for the Moscow Wolverines versus Mustafa Kanit Lasagna of the Rome Emperors. That's coming up 11:30 a.m. Pacific, 2:30 p.m. Eastern, or 8:30 p.m. Central European time. And the third and final match of the evening, match 159. This one, I think, even though we've got great matches tonight, is going to be my favourite one. We saw him last week. He's going to be back in action tonight. Jungle Man versus Justin Bonomo. Rolling in the booth, B.
Yes, I'm back. They gave me another week. Pretty exciting match. Set of matches we've got tonight.
Indeed.
And this is slew, as Griffin Benja would say. And yeah, penultimate week. I was struggling with one before penultimate, but I'm not going to struggle with penultimate. You got penultimate and last.
13 weeks to be able to say penultimate.
Oh, yeah, great word is penultimate. Pretty excited. You're going to be talking to Eric Denis. I mean, he's got might have some stats for us pretty soon. Got a really beautiful shot of his ear and neck there.
Yeah,
I mean,
great neck, didn't he?
Don't say we don't tease our viewers with seductive shots of our superstars. But he's going to be coming to you with all the permutations, because the standings are incredibly exciting in the Eurasian division,
Indeed,
which
they are.
we're seeing. So we're seeing a mere.
A meerkat?
A mere 5 points separating second and sixth. See
Wow.
The London Royals there on 147 with the Rome Emperors on 142. So incredibly exciting. And obviously, as we're getting towards the end, we're going to see teams with the potential to qualify for the playoffs. The Moscow Wolverines can make the playoffs tonight.
Can they?
They would have to sweep. They would have to sweep the Rome Emperors and also hope that the Paris Aviators were swept themselves by Nanonoko. Nanonoko is partial to a sweep or two.
Does like a bit of sweeping,
he does indeed. Yeah. So really kind of an exciting set of permutations in the Eurasian.
See what you did there? Permutations. Word of the day.
4 syllables. God, getting good at this.
And we finish next week. What we're going to do?
I know what we're going to do. Well,
write the dictionary.
We just got to find out what insert.
A new one.
Well, we've had impossible, haven't we?
Have,
we've had
yeah.
a few
We can do a
new
GPL
words on the latest phase of the dictionary. Yeah, GPL dictionary coming to a store near you, coming to a bookshop near you sometime soon. Anyway, back to the what's happening tonight. I mean, 3 incredible games. Jungle Man last week, wowed us with his poker play and his 93 F-bombs, which we had our viewers winning prizes on.
Should we do it again tonight?
I think we're going to do it again. Yeah. He's going to be playing Bonomo. Bonomo's going to put him in some tricky spots, I'm sure.
The thing is, Bonomo's such a good player, isn't he?
Bonomo knows how to play poker.
Jungle Man can try and slay him, but whether we'll agree,
yeah,
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure we'll have they're not sure we'll see the same insulting rhetoric coming from the mouth of Jungle Man that he was. I mean, yeah, he was giving. I think it was. Was it Sergei Lebedev? It was Andrei Petachuk.
Yeah.
Of the Moscow Wolverines, certainly giving him a bit of a
stick,
tongue lashing,
shall we say, yes.
In regards to some of his play. Remains to be seen what his opinion will be of Justin Bonomo. But if his opinion is in line with the rest of the world's opinion of Justin Bonomo, he'll be full of admiration and respect.
Yeah, Bonomo's
potentially
been one of the players, I think, on the GPL that has definitely proved he's blooming good.
Yeah, he's got a bit of game, and the London Royals he's got game. And the London Royals are a side who, one of the sides who aren't currently in the losing the relegation positions, who will be really needing to try and separate themselves from the remainder of the pack, because it's getting pretty well, should we say, feisty in this division, in this conference, with no team having locked up their place, or no team is certain of missing out. So, like we've seen in the
anything can happen.
Indeed, like we've seen in the complete opposite in the Americas conference. Montreal have locked up their place. LA Sunset have locked up their place. Las Vegas have locked up their failure to secure a place in Vegas. So that division is essentially between two teams, San Francisco Rush and New York Rounders. I mean, it's possible that the Sao Paulo Mets could get sucked into. But here we have a wide open conference. And I believe any minute now, Eric Danis will be telling us more about the ins and outs of that conference.
We really hope. Is Eric Danis on the line? Are we going to chat to him today before the game starts? We are about to find out.
Oh, he's ready. You're going to see more than that neck. You're going to see full frontal of Eric Danis. There he is.
Yeah, oh, look at him. Hair on point, Eric Danis today.
On point, as they would say in French Canada.
Having such a great hair day, guys, that they went for my neck first, just to pee me off on that good day. Hope all is well on your side of the ocean, folks. We have a lot of action today. You two have mentioned it quite a few times, but really, really important matchups here today, as we'll see in the standings. The standings which you saw just a few moments ago, maybe we can review that by just looking at who stands where, because there are a lot of important matchups going on here. The Moscow Wolverines, who are in first place. Well, here we go. Moscow need the win here, guys. Moscow does have an outside shot at clinching a playoff spot today. It's going to take a lot of stuff to happen. They're going to need to sweep. Paris is going to need to get swept. It probably won't happen today, but Moscow's still in total control of their destiny at this point. But as we saw last week, that those tough six-match matches from our friend, I forget his name, Andrei Padachuk, of course, and then the loss in heads up that Roland just mentioned a few seconds ago. So Moscow's still not out of the woods yet, still looking to be the team at the moment. They are facing last place Rome in this match, so Rome do need the points. A lot of points on line here. Urpenovic and Mustafa Kanit. What a match in perspective here today. This year, Lebedev defeated Adams, and Trekariki defeated Lebedev. So Lebedev has played both of the matches against Rome so far. That changes today, and they're split in that season series 1-1. The team in second place, Roland just talked about them. The London Royals, talking about Justin Bonomo, whom just a few weeks ago swept Dominic Nietzsche. So that set up this battle here. London and Berlin, here they are in the standings, and here they are battling today for really a great spot in the standings. Berlin, who were left for dead just a few weeks ago, right back in it. London are second, but really not as secure as they should be at this point. So a lot of work needing to be done. London has won both of the matches this year against Berlin, mentioned Bonomo, and then earlier this year, Igor Kurganov defeating Bill Perkins. You'll remember Kurganov was playing live from the APT Grand Final in beautiful Monte Carlo. And then the final two teams to talk about here, Hong Kong and Paris, currently third and fifth in the rankings. Well, there are a kickoff match. Nanonoko and Mike Leah, what a match here. Nanonoko will play all three matches versus Paris this year, and so far, 15 out of 18 points have been collected by Nanonoko. So, you'll see the difference in points here in the standings. That could very well have changed had Nanonoko not defeated Elke twice in heads-up play so far this year. A 2-1 win earlier this season, and then a shutout. Boy, the shutout really hurt them here. So Paris could really be in a playoff spot at this point if it weren't for those losses by Elke. So we'll have to see if Nanonoko continues the tradition in this match. A lot of points on the line, and as you two have already mentioned, it is chaos in these standings, Laura. Anything can happen at this point.
Well, we've seen Nanonoko on our top scorers for quite some time, quite the amount of weeks over the season, really. Talk us through some of the top scorers right now.
Yeah, as we'll take a look, Laura. Nanonoko is still part of our top six, as you mentioned. All through the year, he's been in there right since the start of the season. So there he is, still in our top six, sitting in fifth position right now. He faces Mike Leah, who could jump back into the top six if he has a good performance for the Paris Aviators later today. But the top three is still the three-headed monster, Biscay, Filatov, and Fedor Holtz. What a trio that is! That has been so far this year. Anton Wig Anton Wig has had a very quiet season, but here he is, fourth in the league in scoring, one of the top producers in the league so far. So really a great selection. You'll remember that that selection was made basically by coin flip. There is a 50% chance that Anton Wig would not have been in the GPL, or at least not a member of the San Francisco Rush. So great story there. I mentioned Nanonoko. And there he is, the mighty Igor Kurganov, slipping into sixth place, obviously through some of his legendary heads-up battles this year. The record itself isn't perfect, but a lot of points accumulated for the London Royals, who sit in second place.
Well, we are, of course, coming up towards the playoffs and the finals. So talk us through a bit about tiebreak procedures.
Yeah, I think in this conference, Laura, there might be a need for the tiebreaker. I think in the Americas conference, it looks like the top three teams are settling in, and maybe a battle for fourth and fifth, which we'd love to see. Although we do have New York and San Fran battling out the first match on Thursday. Can't wait for that one. That'll be an epic battle for sure. But in the Eurasia conference, as you saw, we've added the wins tally now to the standings. And the reason we're doing that, Laura, is that if there is a tie in points, that is the only tiebreaker. So total amount of wins by teams this season have always been important. Overall, just so you know, LA and Montreal have 18 wins each, and we do have one team that has under 10 wins this year. So that will become a focus later on. The Eurasian Conference plays twice this week. 3 matches left, so we'll be down to 1 match left for this conference as of Wednesday night. And we'll probably know better at this point if there is a sudden death match needed, which is exactly what's going to happen next Wednesday, Laura. If there are teams tied in the standings, the only way to settle the tie, other than wins, will be 1 sudden death match, 3 games between a handpicked a player from each team, and they will battle it out, and the winner will either make the playoffs, or it'll decide who gets extra chips, extra value when it comes to the championship play in Las Vegas. So a lot on the line. So it's not just the 4th and 5th place positions we're looking at. It also could be a tie for first, a tie for second, a tie for third. They'll need some way to split those chips as well. So we'll have to see what happens. But really exciting play. So tune in if there is a playoff or a playoff before the playoff. That will be played next Wednesday for the Eurasia Conference, right after the end of regular season play, and next Thursday for the Americas Conference, right after they finish their season as well. So exciting stuff, possibly on the horizon. We're sort of hoping for no tie breaks because, it gives me a headache just calculating those points, Laura.
Exciting stuff indeed. Thank you, Mr. Eric Denis. We like the baby blue. It suits you, sir.
Thank you.
Bye. So, what do you make of that?
Strong V-neck game from Eric Denis as ever. That's my opinion. What about you?
Yeah, loved it. Loved his hair, loved his blue, loved everything going on with Eric Denis today. And interesting statistics and interesting info as always from him as we approach the playoffs.
I know, pretty exciting. First game up, we have Randy Liu against Mike Leah. I'm pretty excited about this one. Woo. Randy always entertains on camera. But he's running into Mr. Consistent himself, Mike Leah, of the Paris Aviators. Mike Leah always puts some points on the board, never been involved in a sweep on the GPL. He's played 4 times in heads-up. He's won 2 and he's lost 2. But we saw him with that really strong performance against Igor Kurganov in his last outing. Went 2-0 up in that one and almost had Igor with the broom, but
the gong
Igor survived to pull one back in that one. Mike Leah, probably kind of the best example of a sort of Mr. Consistent you can find. Huge, 164 results over a 10-year period, 5.5 million in earnings. Best GPR rank of 13. He's a real grinder. Plays every buy-in. So you'll see him in 1 week in a 365 World Series of Poker circuit event. You'll see him next week in a 10K, a 10K WPT, or so he plays everything. He plays everything well.
Anything and everything.
Everything and everything, but just a really consistent performer, and that's translated to his performances on the GPL. Always putting points on the board for the Paris Aviators. As I'm sure Fabrice Soulier knew, what you see is what you get with Mike Leah. He's going to be a consistent performer, and he can be called upon at any time to sort of put points on the board for Paris. Having said that, Paris are in a little bit of trouble. They're in the bottom 2, set to if they end up in that bottom 2,
it's so close though.
It's very close indeed. I mean, literally. I mean, we're not trying to sort of hype up the GPL. anything can happen in the
We are.
yeah, we are. We're not fabricating hype. Anything, literally anything can happen in this Eurasian conference.
Real hype.
And yeah, we're like super excited. Randy Liu is a player who is in the GPL has been the opposite of Mike Leah. He's always involved in a sweep one way or another. 12 matches he's played on the GPL. 7 of them have been in sweeps one way. 3 going his way, 4 against him. So completely the opposite of Mike Leah when it comes to GPL. He's all or nothing, this guy. And you can see that in the way he plays. He wears his heart on his sleeve, puts everything on the line. You know, he's animated. He goes through
bangs that gong.
He bangs the God. I hope he's got the gong out.
So do I.
He was in a hotel
He was
in a hotel in Melbourne when he was getting his gong out last week. So whether he's still in that hotel in Melbourne remains to be seen. But if he's left that hotel, I sure hope he's taken the gong with him.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, do you think hotels in Melbourne leave a courtesy gong, or do you think he travels with a gong? Because that's, I mean, I didn't get to. That's what I would have asked him if I did.
Can you bring your gong hand luggage?
Possibly not. I mean, you wouldn't want to put it through the on the conveyor belt at security. I mean, just think
Any
of the
gong
scene.
specialists out there?
I mean, he probably. I mean, he may travel with a luggage, you know, with a checked-in bag. So I mean,
that was me,
not
I would
really,
keep my gong
not really big
close to
deal.
my heart.
Not really a big deal to shove your gong into your hand luggage.
Yeah.
Having said that, we do. I mean, in a way, it'd be kind of nice to find out. So I mean, we want to post match.
Let us know. Do you travel with your gong?
And was that gong was that provided by the hotel in Melbourne where he's playing the APPT, or did he bring his gong to Melbourne?
We can hopefully ask him later,
Yeah,
or
if
he will hear this and he will tell us when he starts playing. Also, I think it would be advisable to have a travel gong and a home gong.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, gongs are like Monopoly essentially. You need your home set Christmas Day, but you also need your travel set. You never know where you're going to be. Like, you know, you hire somewhere for your holidays. You don't know whether they're going to have a good like board game selection. So you bring your travel set. You don't want to you don't want to be stuck playing just I don't know Uno or something. You want to be traveling with your favorite games tucked away.
I think we need to stop this now. Guess what? I was just out on the street yesterday, not like in that way, but
I hope not.
I mean, I was just like walking along the street.
Supplementing that income.
And I bumped into a GPL player. Let's see if you guys can guess who it was.
The last.
All right.
Okay, guess. The last. I'm going to guess.
We've got a while.
The last.
See if these guys say anything first. Welcome.
All right.
Oh, here it goes. Have you just woken up, Randy?
Starting my GPL match now.
Hey.
So far. Good start.
Wakey, wakey.
You heard it, folks. Which GPL player did Laura Cornelius run into on the streets of Malta
And-
on Monday afternoon?
And I'll give you a clue. They were with their mum.
Wow.
I met them and their mum.
I'm going to have a guess, but I think I'm excluded from the... Or am I included?
I don't
don't
know if you
know.
should be allowed.
Okay,
I think I'm
let's
not going to
see.
allow you to, actually.
We'll just bet our top pair.
I think Randy's just woke up, hasn't he? He's getting a
Looks
bit,
like
looks a bit
puffy-eyed.
sleepy.
Maybe he's... maybe
Call this.
It's not so much how he looks, it's just he's not so full of beans
No.
as he normally is.
Okay, so we turn trips.
We'll lead.
He check call leads half pot. No reason for me to get too out of line here, but I think just call is good. If he's got outs, it's usually just a flush draw, but okay. So river's a 5. I'm not folding
right.
bets here. I probably wouldn't raise.
Pretty
because
hard to
my
get
kicker
called by
won't
worse.
play.
Not necessarily, but I may want to try and induce his misdraws here. I'm going to go ahead and check it to him.
Alright, so he checks me, and now
I'm losing value against smaller pairs
pot.
and good ace highs that he might hero with. Hmm.
Tough spot for Mike here.
Would he be value betting better jacks? Maybe. I think I have to call. In case he's floating all of his draws, diamonds, broadways. I don't necessarily think he's value betting jack, so should be basically a king or nothing. Let's see.
Alright,
Yeah,
he does
yeah,
make
king.
a call.
Nice.
I'm gonna guess he's has a hand like Jack 10, Jack 9. With mid pair there.
Pretty chunky pot going over to Randy Lou on hand 2. Randy looks like he might need a coffee or something. Maybe trip kings will be the tonic he needs.
Just
to
a gong in his face. Dong.
Alright, so I'm gonna defend out a big blind here with Jack 6. It's not a great hand, but why not?
Hopefully, Randy's listening to
I
the
do know that
commentary.
it's really close to playoffs time right now. I believe there's 3 GPL matches, heads up left, this one included. So you can't mess around no more, I'll tell you that. Every win and loss
Pretty good
counts.
Huge flop for Mike Leah. Randy's, of course, correct.
I'm gonna
Try to
start
represent,
with just
like,
a call here again.
ace.
I believe there are, in fact, 4 heads-up matches left for each side in the Eurasian Conference. 2 this week, 2 next week.
Alright, so he does make a call. We turn as a deuce of spades, so I pick up a little bit else.
So Randy chooses a very, very small bet sizing. If he had gone bigger, I may have continued the call. I think we're going to raise this up now.
Mike wants to get some value here with his top 2.
Don't expect this to work too much, but hoping to fold out a random hand. Alright, so he does check raise.
And a nice little pot back there for Mike Leah. This is week 13 of the GPL online studio action.
Unlucky for some.
Unlucky for some. I mean, it's going to be unlucky for some of these teams because bad. We got Eurasian action tonight and tomorrow night on the GPL. Some of these teams will find themselves possibly cut adrift
on this
by
one.
the end of the week. Andy turning a pair in this pot. And Mike takes that one down with a turn bet. There we go. That noise sums up Randy Lou's what impression, appearance on this first match. Hopefully he'll perk up.
I'm going to try and induce him to bet the turn with a delayed c-bet when I check twice. Of course, he could have a jack, but... Okay, so I expect him to have some sort of showdown value now that he's checked behind twice. So I'll see if I can maybe get him to pay me off with king high.
Nice read, Mike.
Maybe he has a 4.
Nice lay down, Randy. It's as if these guys know what they're doing.
Yeah, it's as if they actually,
It's
play
as
poker.
if they can play poker.
All right, Queen Jack suited.
A couple of pretty hands here. Got the
I'm try and re-raise this one.
Anthony Zino Memorial hand against the Queen Jack suited. Randy electing to 3-bet.
Very big sizing by Randy. King Jack seems like too good of a hand to ever fold. So I believe I will just call here.
All right, so we flop pretty well here. We don't have a pair, but we do have a flush draw and a straight draw here. Re-raise pot. Let's start with a bet. I mean, if he's got a hand like Ace Jack, right? We want him to fold the flop.
Have some back doors, have some overs. I guess we will call one.
All right, so he does make a call. Turn's not the greatest card. 10-8-2-2.
Mike, still with the best hand, despite Randy flopping
Might check raise him.
much more
I
successfully.
still don't think he's going to fold
Let's start with check though.
necessarily anything better than me here. So let me check behind this street and then go for a
Still have a lot of equity.
bet
if
on
he's
the
got a
river if
hand
he
like
checks again.
10-9, 10 Jack. All right,
And,
so let's check it back and blank off on a river.
So Randy getting to this river with
He has a hand like 8-9 or something, but
queen high.
I'm just gonna check.
Mike, who was considering bluffing here, can now
All right.
fairly
So
confidently go for value.
obviously we can go for value here. The question is what type of sizing. So maybe look at a little bit bluffy.
Yeah, so he bets, and if he's just got queen high, I'm not gonna mess around here.
Nice pot goes over to Mike
work
Leah.
out.
Did start with the dominating hand, but Randy flopping pretty strong and not getting there. Mike Leah nudged into the lead on the back of that last pot. Randy certainly uncharacteristically quiet today.
I know.
I mean, last week he was, he was banging his gong. He was,
But
you know,
you know
using-
what? The gong didn't come out till game 2 or 3.
True.
I think.
Maybe he
There's still time.
maybe he holds his gong in reserve for moments of excitement. There we go.
As Randy was talking about earlier, it is close to playoff time. These matches are all very, very important.
All right, top pair, jack kicker, straight draw. Probably just bet here on the flop and hope to get called by like a jack 9, jack 8 type hand, 7-8.
There's some back doors here again, ace high, but not exactly our flop texture here. All right, well, Randy, have that one.
Yeah, both these guys alluding to the fact that we're in the penultimate week here in the GPL, and the Eurasian Conference is so close. I mean, you can't call it. There's a 5-point gap between London Royals in second on 147 points and the Rome Emperors in sixth on 142 points. We have Eurasian heads-up matches tonight and tomorrow this week, which is week 13, the penultimate week, and these positions are liable to change completely from what they are now. Looking strong for the Wolverines, but the rest, I mean, nothing's locked up for them yet.
Top pair again. Nice to be flopping top pairs. Start with a call here again.
On this texture, I probably won't bet again, even though I turn some outs. Because I don't think a 3 is a big part of his range. And I know an ace is not going to fold. A king, I'm not sure would fold. Just check. When you
trying to
check
get
call,
value
yeah,
from a
whatever.
king here.
Dominated ace here for Randy. Just going to like to see a flop.
Pappy Van Winkle
Check back this one here.
thinks I ran into Bill Perkins in Malta.
I've had a few guesses on that. The who did Laura see in the streets of Malta? We had a guess from Eric Denis and
twice was either obviously inducing me to bet, or he has like a small pair that he doesn't necessarily want to bet, like a deuce or 5, or also an ace high type of hand, or he could just be giving up. But
It wasn't Bill
yeah,
Perkins.
he's just checking it down. So
I just keep
we have
checking. I
similar
don't think there's
types of
much
hands.
value in betting myself.
He could have a deuce or ace high, king high. I think he might turn some king highs into a bluff, not expecting them to show down. Never Nate.
And the guess from Eric Denis was
Davide Katai.
Davide Katai.
It was not Davide Katai.
Am I allowed to guess?
I don't know. Go on.
Marc-Andre Ladouceur.
No, but I have met his mum.
I was only saying that because the last player
a lot
I saw
of
in
Randy's
Malta
checkbacks
in
on
the
the
street
flop
was
here.
Marc-Andre
Now it's
Ladouceur.
picked up equity. A lot of his ace highs. So now he'll go ahead and try and bet, try and get value from all of his ace high hands that he's going to always call here on the turn.
And he seems like a nice guy who could travel with his mum.
Yeah, I met his mum and him
There you go.
at the WSOP
Good
hall.
guess.
She was a very nice lady.
But it wasn't him. So other players travel with their mums.
I forget the blind structure
Just
on
come
these.
to have a little
These
look
things are
around.
quick. It's got a little
Shall I
bit
give
of
you
a chip advantage, but
clue?
nothing to sweat.
No, it's too soon to give you a really
Too
big
soon.
clue.
Too soon for big clues. I mean, small clues, potentially admissible.
Can tell you where.
Where you were.
Hmm.
That would only help me and no one else, but yeah, go ahead.
Don't think it would help you, to be fair.
I assume
wouldn't help me
Randy's
at all.
watching the stream here, so he's seeing the King Jack, Queen Jack hand right now, seeing that I floated him.
I saw this person in the capital city of Malta.
In Valletta.
Yes.
Interesting. There's someone who's cultured and loves their mother.
Well, not necessarily loves their mother, just hanging around
Yeah,
with their
hangs
mum.
out with their mum.
You'd like to think they love their mum, though.
A couple of reasonable hands here. Got a pair against the suited ace.
All right,
But,
so we flop top 2
much
pair.
better flop for Randy.
Oh. Just gonna keep betting, as I usually do on these ace high boards.
All right, so could have the best hand here, and we do have some backdoors. Could always hit a 3 and appeal 1 with his small sizing.
Okay, thank God no spade game.
Gut shot.
We'll
On
go
the
for
turn
another
for Mike Leah.
bet here.
But the EPT is about to start also, so there are a lot of poker players around right now.
Oh yeah, that was I took that to be a huge factor.
Hasn't
Just
gone
just
for
letting you
very
know.
many double barrels.
If the EPT wasn't beginning, I would have
But
guessed
it is the type of board where he
Fabrice
could,
but it still could
I'm
be.
going to give up this time.
Still could be. I had someone you know how Facebook tells you when people are nearby?
Maybe.
I don't like this.
No. I mean, it could help you avoid people, I guess, if you needed to.
I had someone message me because it came up I was nearby.
Oh, creepy.
A poker player in town.
That's a stalker's charter, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm going to continue to check. Pretty much giving up here. May bet some rivers.
And
That's not the same one though that I saw with the mum.
No.
No.
I didn't
What
think that.
can I get
Good.
him to fold?
Just checking.
Come on, guys. Let's get some guesses coming in. Which GPL player did Laura see with their mother in Valletta
I'm
yesterday
going to try and get him to
afternoon?
fold some jack highs, 10 highs.
Around
Given the way I played
5:30.
my hand, I'm just gonna pay off. I don't want to fold every single time it just checks through. I just hope he's got like a really delayed bet. There's a reasonable chance he's got an ace or 9 here, but I do want to see what he's got. Yeah, so he's got a delayed bet. Back to even. Alright, so blinds are pretty high. I'll probably just start min raising or limping. Well, top and bottom pair. Oh, sorry, top and bottom.
Up and down straight draw even.
What am I talking about?
No.
So sleepy.
I told you he was sleepy.
Yeah, when you're confusing an up and down
Continuation
straight
of
draw
my,
with
opening and straight
top
draw.
and bottom pair.
Yeah,
This
so we
could
have
be
a
a
double
good
barrel
strategy
here,
to play. Get them
but
when
only
they're
10
sleepy.
high, so I'm going to throw in a check raise here.
This pot could get inflated.
Oh, I love it when it gets inflated.
It's well, got a double gut shot for Mike Leah.
He
We
does
call
feel
him
we could
Leah now, by
represent
the
some
way.
Oh.
cards.
He did clarify it's Leah, but
Represent
Eric
flush
Denis
draw
has
if
said
that comes.
Leah so many times
Okay.
that I keep still saying
He
Leah.
gets the flop. It's not a very good situation. He does peel.
We don't
And
hit
do
the
turn a pair.
turn. Still have a straight draw.
Leah turning the nuts here. Randy not dead in the water yet. Has got
Sorry.
a number of outs to
Turn
a bigger
straight.
straight.
It's better than a pair. It's a good thing I woke up just in time.
Another Mike Leah misreading his hand.
Just
Both
thinking
players
about
misreading
different
their
cards that
hands.
could come off. All right, so
Mistaking the nut
go ahead
straight
and
for a
bet
pair.
this here again. It's probably the best turn card that could ever come off.
Awkward spot for Randy.
Okay, king would be great and 8 would be great. Other than that, would be a good card. I'm not even sure. It's a big bet. not getting straight odds. Maybe he's
Consider
bluffing me, but
checking
the
the
point
turn
is
there.
I've got jack high myself. It's kind
Get
of
value
like
from his floats.
there's not too many worse bluffs there.
Nice spot.
Mike Leah is, of course, preparing to go to the Blue Jays game tonight.
Leah.
Mike Leah is prepping the Blue Jays. A bit like Paris, they need a win to.
So this is a little thin here, but he is raising 100% of buttons. So I'm going to go ahead and shove ace high here. He could call with worse. King, queen, king, jack.
Randy slipping down towards the 20 big blind mark.
All right, jacking off in the big blind. He raises.
Oi, oi.
Oi, oi.
I'm just gonna ship this one all in.
That could be all in and cool here.
All in. It's definitely plus EV. He's got me beat. He's got me beat. But
Pretty close for Mike.
This is basically a snap call in this situation most of the time. Just taking a second to think about it. Obviously, I have a lot of his ace highs dominated. His monsters, he may decide to go for a 3-bet. So, yeah, I think we have to call here.
he does make a call.
Right.
Ace 8.
57-43 here.
Miss one.
7 would be nice.
Safe flop for Mike.
come
Gonna
on.
lock it up with a 7.
Boom.
There's a jack for
We did
Randy.
boom
And,
him. No ace or 7
really
now.
unfortunate card for Mike, and he looks to the heavens.
Okay.
No ace on the river.
We'll just switch
Sorry.
the raise
And
line
it
down
was
to
up.
20 bigs.
Good call by him. Free flop.
And just like that, this game's been turned on its head. Mike getting in best with the 53 percenter. But as is so often the case, the 2 live cards get there.
Lines went up. 16 bigs.
He has 15 big blinds.
1 walk for me, 1 walk for him. We'll throw in some limps here coming up, but
Up to the 1K,
down to
2K level.
14 and a half bigs after I fold this. Could do some limps, could do some open shoves.
Paris Aviator do begin the night in the bottom 2 of this conference. Really a strong performance needed by Mike. Certainly doesn't want to get swept. A sweep for the Paris Aviators
So
will
he's
really
starting to introduce his limping game.
be a bad start to the week for them.
Expect this a lot at these stack def ratio. Just take a free flop. Flop a pair or just check.
If you want to see these standings in real time, go to the Global Poker League website. You can see the up-to-date standings.
And I'm going to continue checking here. I don't think there's anything wrong
GlobalPokerLeague.com.
with betting. But I think a
Still the
little bit more
best
value
hand.
in
Don't
checking.
think he's folding anything better other than maybe like some queen highs, some weak kings. We continue to check, make it look like I have an ace high type of hand.
And
Here you see the standings
Yeah,
flashing
I'm just gonna keep
across,
checking.
across the bottom of the screen here. And there you see Paris Aviators in 5th position.
He's just trying to get me to bet.
I don't think I'm going to get paid off by that. It's just better for me to try and induce a bet. I'm going to try
Emperor's
limping now too.
down
see
there at
what-
the bottom.
How he responds.
Easy shove here. Could get called by worse.
Straight all into my face, eh? All right, take my big blind or whatever blinds.
Another
These are
strong
real
hand
bad
for
cards
Mike.
right now. And the short stacks up.
We'll go ahead
This
and
is the
shove
time
this
to get
one.
some good cards. When you're deeper, it's like, okay, you can get away with bad cards.
Randy's perking up a little.
Yeah, I kind of remember this from last week as
Yeah.
well. The first game was a little bit.
I'm going to limp here. My ace
Wake
5.
up.
I'll call off a shove. I want to protect my
This
limping
one's
range.
close.
He needs his coffee, that boy.
Otherwise, it's like way too easy to play against.
Needs his 60. He needs to win the
Ships it.
King Jack. The
I
ace
call
8 before
you.
he perks up.
I mean, yes, you'll shove better like ace 6, ace 7, but I'm not going to fold here after I limp folded already.
Trust
So I
me.
call. What do you got? He's got king 9. Got a hit.
Almost
Want to
checked that
hold?
one.
1.
Safe flop for Randy.
No king or 9. No king or 9, but a 7 or 3 will
Either
chop
7
it
will
now.
work.
No, it won't.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Yes.
game, Randy.
Yes.
go. Oh, the gong is out.
Yeah!
Gong time.
Oh,
That
sorry.
gong, gong, gong.
That was probably a bit loud in your ears. Sorry, I got too excited again because
It's
the gong came
time
out.
on the GPL. The gong is back.
Gong,
We did
gong,
wonder.
gong.
We did wonder.
Let me see your gong. La, 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 la.
Anyway, that was well. Gongs aside, we are happy to see the gong. Pretty unlucky there for Mike. There was a case of
Nearly fell off the
two-
chair.
Yeah, I mean that's the GPL for you. Penultimate week of the GPL. I think there'll be a few
It's
of
all
you
going down.
falling off your chairs as the action
Oh,
unfolds.
I've got
in
a
this,
treat in store for you
Eurasian
tomorrow.
Conference. A case of two big all-ins there for Mike Leah. He gets it all in with the best hand, Ace-8 against King Jack.
Yeah, he was
He's up against
so
the Anthony
close to
Zinno
winning there.
Memorial hand. Randy spikes the Jack on the turn, flips the game on its head. Previously, we'd seen Mike Leah, inching ahead.
Leah.
I'll get there eventually. Sorry, Mike. We saw him inching ahead. We saw him turn the nut straight in that hand where they were misreading their hands, kind of left, right, and centre for the start of that game. Even Randy in that final hand.
They were both a little sleepy, weren't they?
Thought there were chop outs when he had it all in with the Ace-5 against King 9. So I think these guys need to wake up a little for this second game. Randy certainly looks like he's
The
just
gong's
gone
out. That means
Yeah.
wakey. And we are going straight. Game 2. Hong Kong Stars, 3 points ahead. This is the second match. Can Mike Leah of the Paris Aviators bring one home for France?
1-0 to the Aviators. And you saw in that last game, those numbers scrolling across the bottom of your screen were the standings in this Eurasian Conference. We want to bring those to you as often as possible, just to find out how every match is affecting this conference.
I believe I'm like 6-6 in heads-up matches right now.
We're off
Like
to round
50%. Let's make this a positive win rate. Let's finish them off. Finish off Paris Aviators.
Hong Kong now temporarily move ahead of London. But we know that Justin Bonomo will be playing for the London Royals a little bit later on this evening versus Jungle Man. So that might all change again.
Good plop here for Mike Leah.
Well done, Roland.
Got it. Nailed it. Doesn't want to see any backdoor Neil diamonds.
Let me see that
And
gun.
Mike Leah takes a lock on this one.
Go ahead and leave this one.
So he check call leads here. In my opinion, I just mainly beat a flush draw, so I think he's more likely to have a piece than not.
Nice lay down from Randy. Really unfortunate looking standings if Paris go on to lose this game. They currently they begin the night in the bottom 2 of the Eurasian Conference. That's not where you want to be come the end of next week. Top 4 sides in each conference only heading off to Vegas, to the Cube for the playoffs. And a share of that $100,000 first prize. And,
That's a pretty nice turn card. So now the question is bet sizing. Don't necessarily want to go too big here because it just looks so strong. I'm just going to go with a half pot sizing again, and then we'll maybe try to induce him to raise, whether it's a draw or a jack or a flush. If I go too big, he might not raise those hands.
Mike Leah with a lock on this hand. He's turned the full house here, and Randy, if he sticks around, certainly won't want to hit a heart, and he's opted to raise here.
So it's
And,
obviously what I was hoping to happen. Whereas if I went with a bigger sizing, he might not have raised his jacks or his flushes.
I've got a
Or
lot.
even
I've
his
got
bluffs.
equity. I mean, if he's
So
got a
obviously
hand,
we're just going to call here because we want him to value bet his flushes on his jacks
right
and continue bluffing if he's bluffing. And we don't want to chase away his draws, so just going to call. Just taking a minute to think about it.
The ace of hearts would be the most disastrous card for Randy.
No, we don't hit.
Complete brick on the river.
So I took my shot at it on the turn. I'm just gonna check fold.
Okay, so he might be checking a jack or even a flush here to try and get me to bluff some missed draws. Or of course he's just giving up, so I'm gonna go for the overbet because I expect him to still call with the jacks and his flushes. Make it look like I have the ace of hearts.
Mike won't be
He
meeting
overbets, but it doesn't really matter. I don't have
resistance
anything,
here.
so just gonna let it go.
So I think he just went for a bluff. He might have had obviously a decent heart.
Some great matches coming up after this one tonight, folks. Dmitry Ivanovic against Mustafa Kanit. That's the Wolverines against the Emperors. And Justin Bonomo against Jungle Man in the final match of the night. Stick with the GPL and you won't regret it. Gut shot for Leah.
So we're going to go ahead and bet our straight draw. Try and get him to fold some ace highs, king highs. All right.
Apologies to anyone whose ears we crucified at the conclusion of the last game.
I couldn't.
I think even Mike himself had a little
Excitement
shock.
take away.
Oh my God.
Sorry, I was just reading a rude comment about me. Keep them coming in.
All right, been a little bit quiet this session, so I'm re-raise here. 9-3 suited.
All right.
Randy
Let
getting
this one go. 8 high.
Randy getting frisky with the 9-3 suited, and why not?
Risky. Sorry, Arsenal. Bat your ears. Try and calm it down. If he gets this gong out, I just can't contain my excitement.
Oh yeah, we didn't know whether the gong was coming out. We got a little bit overexcited in the commentary booth. This match, this second match of this this first heads-up match of the night, certainly going to be influential in giving us an idea of how these teams will stack up. Paris, you'd really say 6 points
so
was a must. Randy flopping
Random
best
kicker.
here.
Start half pot.
Stuck in my head now for the whole night. Let me.
Randy's been going with a much smaller c-bet most of the time. This time he goes for the half pot, sort of copying what I've been doing during the match. So it sort of seems like he's trying to just build a bigger pot right away. My read is that he has a pretty good hand here, so could just be flop texture as well, but I'm going to go ahead and fold my pair.
Yeah, not the ideal flop for 2 6s there. Mike showing why he's one of the best.
People still haven't guessed which poker player I
No, they
bumped
have
into
not.
today. I'm very disappointed about this. Can you please guess which GPL player? Oh, there's a dog.
A little doggy.
Okay.
Supervise.
Always distracted by the dog. Is that What is it? A French bulldog?
Could be. Well, the dog's brought a little bit of luck. Mike has flopped a pair.
Dogs always bring luck. That should be a stat for Eric. How many times that we've had a dog on camera has that player won?
Good, that's a good stat. And I'm sure Eric
Come on, Eric, sort it out.
either has that to hand or we'll have it to us within the next...
Oh, that's Mango, who we were talking about last week. Who you said some horrible things about.
Let's not regale stories of
Yeah.
my... I just said that Mango was
team
a
mascot.
mature...
Yay!
Mango was a mature dog.
Yes.
Because I wasn't able to convert to dog years. I only know, you know,
I would
just
just
the number
not
itself.
talk if I were you.
Yeah.
Hello, Mango. Oh, hello. Oh, that's a funny noise. Mango, calm down. Our French producers thought I said condom.
Full house here for Randy Lou, and not too much for Mike. So can't really see this pot getting out of hand.
Not like Mango.
Oh, well, Mike could just river the superior full house, and Randy could
I'm
value
gonna try to bet out
the
this
worst
time
hand.
myself because every time I've checked through, he's just checked it back. So we're just gonna mix it up here. If he's got a jack or six, that's gonna pay off anyways.
Can I go for a value raise here? I guess I can.
Ray's coming.
It's a coming.
So he's raising us up now.
Mike, you need to get a gong.
I mean, look,
I think his bet's a little bit suicidal because there's actually a lot of times I do have a jack here myself. Queen. If it's a bluff, seems a little bit ambitious.
Nice pot there for Mike. Yeah, Mike probably wants to get a gong, but as you can see, his shelf is so full of trophies that have
He
nowhere
could
to
just gong
store his
them.
gong.
He could gong his trophies. Might make a little noise.
They wouldn't have that resonating gongy kind of tone when you bang them. Yeah, they're more solid. A gong needs some sort of hollow element to that sound to reverberate.
You're a gong expert now.
I'm a sound expert.
Ooh, Ace King. I haven't seen this one in a while. Yeah.
Oh,
Hey,
he's
look at him.
waking up
So
now.
it gets-
I told you, he's going to be bang on form game
Well,
3.
we know what gets Randy's
Gong going
juices flowing. That's an Ace King offsuit.
against 4-6.
Mike,
Give me
with the
some action, Mike.
It's a really
suited
pretty hand here,
almost
but
connectors. We're not connecty
I
enough.
think we're getting a little bit shallow.
Give me action. Watch it comes 987.
I think I'm just going to fold this one. If he had gone for a smaller 3-bet sizing, it may peel.
He 4 bets. I shipped in his face. No questions asked.
All right, so I like this here going for 3-bet back. He just 3-bet me, so I'll answer with one.
Follow the GPL on Twitter, guys.
Seems like maybe a bit of a bluffy spot, so
GPL. Use the hashtag GPL to interact with us, and we would enjoy that very much indeed.
Oh, yes, we would.
He re-raises us, but my hand's a bit too weak to contest.
Heard you got recognised at the weekend, Roland.
Oh, yes.
Did that make you feel warm and fuzzy inside?
It would have done had I not just busted a tournament. Don't forget the GPL TV application is available on iOS and Android.
Get it now!
Get
all
it
right,
now.
so rooftop pair.
Can now get your merchandise from
Yeah.
the fan shop.
Hats, t-shirts, and hoodies, I'm
Yeah,
told.
get
I
your
think we'll
favourite
just
team.
go for max here.
Top pair for Mike Leah. Leah, good
Leah.
kicker.
Good
Randy's
save.
sticking around.
Bit sticky.
And I'm going to go ahead and continue to bet for value and protect our hand against his draws. Continue with half pot. We saw this sizing when we had the nuts before, so.
Tough spot here for Randy. Disciplined lay down. Yeah, I was spotted by Kat at the Red Bet Live main event, having just
I'll
busted.
go for another 3-bet here, of course.
Did she say
Level
is that
9.
rolling in the Boothby?
Yeah, she politely asked if she could blog my bust out hand, and I said yes.
Sweet, you're famous now.
I made it. I made it, mama. Mike with the
again, I'm
strong
not gonna
hand
do too
here
much
and,
with these crappy hands like this when he raises me.
grinding Randy down to 30 big blinds.
I'm gonna be a bit careful maybe on this one. I don't necessarily want to get 30 bigs in. No, I actually changed my mind. I will bet this to protect it. I don't want to give him a free card.
Two pair for Mike. Board's got a little bit flushy.
All right, so
A lot of puppy paws available.
Is it just me, or does it feel like all my post-flop spots are getting ugly?
Yeah.
Like
Kind of.
bad, funny runouts, or like
can't really go
Weak
for
hands.
value here. He's obviously calling with all of his flushes. I don't necessarily think he's calling with his one pair hands, so we'll just hope that he has a pair
win
and
this
not
one?
a flush.
More
this
bad
guy-
news for
outkicked me
turn.
somehow.
More,
10-4. Turn
more
to
ugly
pair, eh?
boards for Randy.
Yeah, seems like he wins all these like funny pots. So down to 20 bigs.
Blinds creeping up. We're at
Oh,
600,
down to 20
1200.
bigs, a little bit more.
And Mike's got Randy into a similar spot, which he had him in game one, but Randy was able to turn things on their heads, or turn things on their head with a couple of flips going
We'll
his
go ahead
way.
and check this one.
Randy outflopping Mike here. Certainly some interesting turn cards that could come. Imagine Mike will look to peel one. Got the backdoor.
Right, so we
Puppy
got some
balls.
back doors. King high's a little bit too good to fold, so I'm gonna go ahead and raise this.
Instead, he's going to elect to raise. And
This is a limp pot. He goes for a check raise. I'm not going to fold top pair for now. Here's an ace. The ace should be perceived to hit my range more than his.
All right, so
Good. If
just
he
giving
has me
up here
beat,
now.
I'm gonna guess like
Went for a check raise with some
queen
back
seven, queen
doors.
nine,
King high to try and
queen
get him to
seven almost
fold
always. He checks though.
most of his hands, but
just like that, Mike Rivers the best hand. And
interesting river card.
King jack, king 10.
We now beat
king jack.
queens,
I'm not sure.
Randy's right what he said.
and I
Another-
think he would have bet. I don't know if I should. I'm gonna check. I think he would have bet his straight draws on the turn, so I think he has pair type hands.
very surprising
I'm gonna try to
river
value
bet
bet
here by Randy.
Uh,
Interested to hear what he thinks.
Very
I
small
don't think he's
bet.
got an ace or king or often. If he has me beat, it's means he's slow played a hand like 7-9 or queen 7 or queen 9 on the turn for some reason.
10 jack, 10 8. CPU with king jacks. Seems like king queen. It's kind of a weird hand, weird spot I put myself into. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay. You could go
king
for the
eight.
bet.
Okay, that was weird.
Another
I guess I
okay.
value
Oh,
on myself
wow, the
there.
chips are going in here, and
Weird.
great spot
Should've
for
checked
Randy to get back into this one.
Just going to call here.
Oh, wow.
My kings.
Randy.
Unfortunate ace
So
flops.
I go for a smaller sizing here.
Well, in the end, Randy's saving himself. What should be a few chips if he doesn't go broke on this hand, which seems unlikely now, especially with 3 spades on board.
So of course he could have some flushes here, but I think it's a pretty small part of his range. And I just have to continue to rep the ace, as he's going to expect me to do. And I don't want to give him a free card either, so.
Randy sticking around in this one, and
So he continues to just call.
Put him all in.
Interesting. I think he shoves all aces pre.
I don't expect him to bluff this river.
Which means he should have
If he
a
shoves,
flush, an 8 or a 5.
it'd be kind
or
of
a
crazy if he was
straight draw.
bluffing. For me to check call, and fold this river means. I mean, I have one of the hands that would, but it'd be really ridiculous if he bluff shoves here.
Hoping I have nothing. Maybe he turned a queen with some. No, I think he would have shoved king queen. I think I just have to check this.
He probably
Kind of
has
weird.
like an ace. He's asking if I've got an 8 or not for him to tank.
All right.
I think most of his bluffs give up
Well,
by now,
yeah,
so he doesn't have
he
ace, he had
was
ace
trapping.
king.
Trying to think of hands that you can have.
really
Weird spot that I almost
unusual.
never check, but I guess I discounted part of his range. And so we'll call here with king jack high.
Mike, all in.
Better
Yeah,
king
hopefully hold.
2?
Now there are some
7?
chops.
Oh,
Some chop outs
Randy
for him.
spotting
So
some
this
chops
could
where there
be
weren't
it.
one
I
in
don't have time to
the
riff my
last hand.
cards.
Just a deuce
I've
will
got
win this
some more
for
chop
Randy
outs.
Lou. Or Mike Leah back in the game.
Bink.
There it is.
Ah, damn it.
One each.
All right.
one apiece.
Boo.
We will go to the tiebreaker.
Nice comeback there for Mike Leah.
No gong. I need a
no-
gong, Mike. I need a gong.
No gonging in this second matchup. Mike Leah pulls level
Or the
and
dog. Or the dog, at least.
a little yap from the dog, perhaps.
Yeah, like,
we need some
Like
sort
a
of victory noise for either player.
It's
I
too-
think we
yeah,
might
need
have to
those.
enforce that for season 2. You need some sort of victory calling cry, whether it's a gong or a yappy dog or some sort of roar. If you're a Berlin bear,
What would you have?
something very understated, like
Yeah.
a little salute.
There has to be a noise.
Oh,
Or like.
a little kind of like Andy Murray style. Like, get in. Is that loud and proud enough?
Yeah, like it.
Well, there we go.
Mine would be loud and very
Loud and
annoying.
proud and shrill.
Very shrill, and I would hurt all your ears.
Yeah, that's happened, as has happened tonight
Yeah.
on the GPL.
3 points apiece now.
3 points each, and that was an unusual match. Randy taking some unconventional lines there. Do you want me to tell you where?
Tell me
Chose to value bet third pair, value bet a queen after the board had run out. King ace, ace king, and Mike had rivered a king and was slightly puzzled that Randy would value bet a queen. Randy is obviously a player who knows what he's doing about, so I'm certainly not going to question him. But it was an unusual line to take, a little bit thin. Mike probably thought the river value bet was. And then another hand that contributed to Randy's undoing was the electing to try and trap with kings pre-flop. Clearly, if he could see that Mike Leah was holding ace king, he would have Mike Leah was held ace king. That hand would have gone down rather differently. But in the end, the outcome was the same. Randy Lou losing the second match of this best of 3 to Mike Leah of the Paris Aviators. And I wonder whether before the end of this match I'll say it right.
No.
It's ingrained
I
in my
know
brain.
it is.
Yeah, blame Eric Denis.
I know it really is Eric's fault.
Have you heard from Mike Leah's mouth himself?
Yes,
Oh,
in
so it's
Vegas.
not. This isn't.
We asked him.
Was he of sound mind? Maybe he was
Yeah.
trolling. Eric
Oh
Denis.
no! What if
Eric
he was doing a Jonathan Jaffe on me?
I know. Eric Denis like knows. You know, they're both from like that bit of Canada where everyone likes the Blue Jays.
Yes,
They're
but
tight.
he
They're
did
tight.
actually say, Eric, you have been calling me the wrong name for many years. He didn't
Well.
mind. Like he didn't mind being called the wrong
Well,
name. He's a nice guy.
mean,
He's Canadian.
If I have to go back to Mike Leah after finding out that Mike Leah is
Leah.
wrong,
No,
I'll be disappointed. Very
I
disappointed.
promise you.
I believe you. All right, we're going to get to this third and
Who's
final
it gonna
match.
Be? It's 1-1.
Pretty-
Who's going to be?
I think it's
Is that
going to be Mike.
Just Mike.
Randy's not running well. He got some ugly runouts. He got some funny runouts. I think we're going to see more of those. I think it's going to get funny and ugly for Randy.
Fugly.
And funny, yeah, fugly. And the funny will not be in like a ha-ha way, more like it's in a ha-ha.
Oh God.
Yeah, like that fake funny.
Oh God.
Yeah. All right, final game. Here we go.
Oh, they've swapped.
Pair of sixes for Mike Leah, straight off the bat.
Randy on the right, Leah on the left. See how I did that? Alliteration. Randy right, Leah left.
You're an experienced broadcaster. I wouldn't expect anything less.
Love a bit of alliteration.
Oh, we haven't find out. Can we find out who you met, or are we going to invite more? I mean,
I think we gave up with that game. Didn't we?
yeah,
No
I
one
mean,
cared.
the Twitch audience love a game where you can randomly submit a
Twitchers.
number, but they don't appear to love guessing poker players,
Yeah,
which
Twitch
is
is how
slightly
you should
surprising.
guess who I met.
All right, shall I just name as GPL
I'm gonna
players
start
until we get to it?
re-race.
I don't want you to guess it.
Oh, well, no one else is up for the game. We're fighting a losing battle.
There were 3 people that were there. So the player's mum,
Yeah, and another player.
and the player's child.
The what?
Player's child.
Oh, the player's child. Oh, I think I've got it.
It's the obvious one anyway.
Jake Cody.
No.
No. Okay.
You've kind of said it already, but I just...
Oh, Fabrice Soulier.
Maybe.
Yeah, it was Fabrice.
It was Fabrice.
Yeah, okay. Because the clue about it being EPT Malta was a red herring. Cause,
Yes, you're right, Ronan, it was.
and I fell for it hook, line, and sinker.
Yes, you
I
did.
fell for that red herring. Disappointing.
Love getting fishy.
Indeed. I mean, you know, this is that's what poker's all about, isn't it? Finding the fish.
We're going to get fishy tomorrow. I'm bringing a special guest onto the show.
I'm
Alright,
excited. I have no
so-
idea what you're talking about.
Well,
Well, I do, but I'm going to pretend. I have no
Continuation
idea
at my
whatsoever.
open-ended 69 straight draw.
so basically, if I can manage
Either
to...
Randy's going for an over half pot size. Could just be randomly flicking buttons, but he might have also heard me talking about his bigger sizing during the last match. Two overs, back doors. Just gonna give up here.
Randy taking it down 9 high like a boss.
Oh, yeah.
Here you see the updated standings scrolling across the bottom of your screen, and I would pay attention to these standings because things are hotting up.
I don't even know what a set looks like. It's been a while.
Randy, that
been-
3 points,
it's been a
taking
long
the Hong
time.
Stars up to 149. Paris have jumped into fourth place, courtesy of that 3 points in the second match from Mike Leah. Berlin Bears slipping into fifth spot, and the Rome Emperors. All these sides will be playing tonight and tomorrow in the Eurasian Conference. We could see a lot of chopping and changing, but yeah, we'll keep those standings coming to you as they change.
Are you sad to are you missing 6, Max?
No.
No. Fair enough. Says it.
No, the 6 max is an exciting form, but the heads up is more pure. It's more exciting.
Does it for you.
It certainly does.
Floats your boat.
Floats my boat.
Ace, king. Re-raising.
Randy loves ace king. That's an
Top
action
pair,
flop if ever I
stuff
saw
a
one,
bet.
Laura.
Indeed it is. It's two
The,
Neil
the
Diamonds.
Neil Diamond flush draw and a top
And a
pair,
top.
top kicker for Randy. And Mike looking pretty happy.
Both teams really needs this match, so let's win this one.
Mike picks up
Turn
a
to
pair.
6. I'm gonna bet here on the turn. Still should have the best hand here.
Just over 2/3 pot from Randy. And Mike, unlikely to be going anywhere just
All right,
yet.
so our pair is likely no good unless he's bluffing. But we do have a flush draw to go with it, so we're not going to fold.
Hungry. I wonder if anyone's got any
So we're either
food.
going for a
Anyone
raise
in
or a
chat
call.
have any food for me? I need some
I think
food.
we'll just call.
Randy's
With his
hungry.
sizing,
Oh, I
all
got
of
some
our
water.
nut hands here are probably still just calling as well.
We just did our food order, What are you getting?
Bit of pasta.
Me too, I'm getting a carbonara.
Ah,
It's one of my
good choice.
favourites.
Oh! And
Ooh,
Randy
house
Lou.
bells. House bells.
Really,
6-5 of diamonds or something like
not
that. but
getting
I'm
the
gonna bet here
rub
again.
of the green. And
He was right, wasn't he, when he said about getting unlucky
I know.
post-flop?
And this is one of the cards where he'll feel perfectly content to continue value betting.
Okay, so can we value raise? I believe so. We're only losing to kings full, queens full, king 6, queen 6, deuces full. I think he's going for max value with king queen or aces or ace king. And I believe I have to raise here. You may
Yeah.
think I have a misdraw.
Well, he does have a misdraw. He just hit the running sixes. Randy's going to feel sick as a parrot when this raise comes in from Mike Leah.
Oh, check raise, huh? He's been playing so solid. It'd be really random for him to check raise all of a sudden. Alright, let's think about this. Queen 6 suited, king 6 suited. I don't think he raises here with king queen. Pocket 2s. 6 7, 6 8 suited. So basically ace x suited or ace 6 offsuit occasionally. Not often, I guess. I've got the king of diamonds in my hand. Let's see, block some flush draws. My hand is really turning into a bluff here. He's got to think that I check back a lot, right? If I miss.
So it seems unlikely that
Kinda
Randy's now
ridiculous
shoving
bluff.
after this
I
long of a
know.
tank.
Maybe he hasn't bluffed in a while for big pot that he just feels like doing it this time, which is randomly credible. 1,000 more. Man.
Really tough spot here for Randy Lou. Got to feel for him a little bit. The ugliest run out possible.
He's
for
playing
his,
so solid. You really gonna bluff randomly? Maybe.
Certainly worth noting that Mike hasn't got out of line yet in this.
Having trouble
First
thinking
two
of too many
matches.
bluffs though. What, 10 jack of diamonds? Yeah, I'm not sure.
Really
Whatever.
nice lay down there by Randy Lou. Huge credit. Must be given there. Pretty tough to fold ace king on that run out. So it's a crucial final match. Best of 3. Paris Aviators and Hong Kong Stars. The Eurasian Conference could not be closer. And both these players will have achieved their primary objective, which was not to get swept. Sweps will certainly prove to be disastrous as we head into this penultimate week of heads-up action. Randy certainly not getting favourable runouts these last 2 matches.
Randy's really mixed his 3-bets around. He's had some value hands, of course, ace jack, queen jack, and like I think 9-3 suited one time, but let the king 8 go. It'd either be 4 betting or folding.
Keep your feedback and comments coming in on the Twitch chat or on Twitter using the hashtag GPL.
Yeah,
Always
come say hi. We like you
interested
guys.
to hear your thoughts. Laura's devastated that the which GPL player did she bump into in Malta game didn't get the response that we hoped.
You're all rubbish.
Incredible lineup tonight in this Eurasian conference. Dimitra Banovic, Mustafa Kanit coming at you 2:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central European time. Two players who have set the poker world alight in the last couple of years. Really exciting to see them. And Justin Bonomo against Jungle Man.
Folding better.
Finally.
So maybe
I'm going to go for some value here in river. Hopefully he's got like 10-8 or something.
Just for a quick half pot bet. So he's not betting his ace highs. A lot of his hands that I have beat, like 9 highs, 8 highs, 7 highs, would have taken a stab with some straight draws, I feel. It seems like he has a jack or a 10. Could also just be going for the delayed bet here. I'm going to let this one go.
Both players whiff this flop. Mike with the backdoor flush and straight draw.
How about a queen or 8 of clubs would be fun.
This is the deciding match in this best of 3.
Who's it gonna be?
Randy back to looking a little tired. Certainly lives and dies with the hands he plays. Metaphorically speaking.
Metaphorically speaking. What film was that?
I don't know.
Let's go back to
gonna
films.
torment me with film quizzes again.
Metaphorically speaking. Come on, guys. What was it?
And how's anyone supposed to remember a film just by 2 words? I mean,
Yeah, but it's the way it's said. I can't say the bit before that bit because it gives it away. It's something like da 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 da. Metaphorically speaking.
Randy turns a gut shot. May elect to take a stab now. Mike hasn't shown too much propensity towards this hand. As we saw just there, Paris Aviators have overtaken the Berlin Bears temporarily. Jumped out of those dreaded bottom 2 spots, which we're going to be keeping an eye on as we move into the final week next week of the GPL. Lines are up to 500, 1,000. Really crucial this last match.
So blinds are up again. We're about even stack.
How many addresses do you have?
Me.
I have 15 options.
Oh,
Yeah, I've got a lot
finally
of
I
houses
turned
around the
something.
world.
House in every
Houses,
continent.
Check call lead
apartments,
here.
mansions. You name it.
Skip. Better
Interesting
need to
lead
ask for
here
a
by
pay
Randy.
rise.
Because I don't expect him to continue
He goes
barreling
under
on
half pot.
4 very often.
I don't think I'm going to raise. That looks way too strong. We'll just continue to call.
Pretty gross spot here for Mike.
Randy made a really, really good fold when I river trip sixes.
Hope a queen comes. He's got like ace king.
We'll just call here.
Queen comes.
Could save Mike a little. He was
Yeah.
enjoying life with a top pair, top kicker. Certainly could feel that.
I'm
this
not
hand
going
could
to
hit
bet too
certain
big.
parts of
Oh.
Randy's range.
If I bet too big, it kind of looks like I got a really strong hand. I do have a strong hand, so I'm going to go a little bit less.
Check, call, flop, lead, turn, lead, river. Obviously, you saw me take that line a few times, so a couple times we could obviously be doing it for value with fours, trip fours, jack 10 type hands, but I don't necessarily think he's ever betting those hands on the river, jack 10. But he could have draws himself, 8-9, king 9. I don't think he ever plays ace king that way. Is he value betting king queen on the river? Of course, he's value betting his fours. Basically, just need to decide if he's value betting his queens. Queen 9, king queen. Just don't think he's ever value betting his jacks on the river. So he basically, I don't think he has air, so he has a missed draw or a value hand, and most of the straight draws got there. I think I just have to fold this river. He's never planning on folding this hand, but all right, nice hand.
Very impressive there from Mike Leah.
Looks like he made a good fold. Don't know what it was, though.
Two decent Broadway hands here. Those of you with us last week saw some incredible reads from Phil Galfond in his game against Jonathan Lissel.
Oh, that was so good.
Really been doing the rounds. Those hands have been really shared and viewed thousands of times on the various platforms that we distribute on. And yeah, Mike Leah and Nanonoko here really showing it's not just Phil Galfond who is able to make these reads. We've got quality throughout the GPL, and these guys, showing some impressive skills.
My king high should have enough showdown value to warrant a check.
Yeah.
Ace jack.
So when you have the ace high, not the king high.
He wasn't going to fold. No re-raise, huh?
And 19 we move on to. Not much between these two guys. And crucial final match here. Can't stress enough, we are in the penultimate week of the season 1 of the GPL. And top 4 teams in each conference will be advancing to the playoffs, where the that $100,000 first prize will be awarded. 2 teams in each conference will not be going. We already know that the Las Vegas Moneymakers will not, ironically, be going to Las Vegas to make any money.
So sad.
Very sad indeed. They'll be back fighting in season 2. Mike going to take his ace high to showdown. Interesting to see whether Randy feels that his king high has any showdown value.
Check down ace high.
And a little
Think
pot
he
going
would've
over the
paid
way
off
of
there with
Mike.
king high. Possible. It's getting a little more shallow now. Let the 9 deuce go.
Aces for Mike Leah.
Aces.
If he elects to 3-bet, seems improbable that Randy will feel that inclined towards his king deuce off. I could be wrong. Certainly made predictions in the past which have been less than accurate,
I
but
definitely would have seen that most, if not all, of my 3-bets were for value, so it's probably not going to get very out of line versus my 3-bets.
yeah, Mike pointing out there that Randy certainly, on the basis of just this match alone, may perceive Mike to be
30 big blinds each.
If he
or so.
re-raises, I'm just gonna put the rest of the chips in. Okay. And if he raises, I'm just gonna ship it in. I've got a pair, heads up, shallow stacks. Pretty much standard all in.
So I expect this to be a small pair. Obviously, I'm not calling, but it's a big shove, 30 bigs.
So he's
Seems like he
taking a
has
bit.
somewhere
Guess he's
between
got, like,
deuces and
ace 10.
sevens.
stacks pretty much locked here in this final deciding heads-up match between Mike Leah, Paris Aviators, and Randy Liu, the Hong Kong Stars. These sides began in 3rd and 5th, respectively.
King, queen suited. I'll call here. I thought about re-raising, but then I was like, then I have to call a shove, and not excited to do that. Because he's been checking down a lot, I'm actually going to bet here myself.
Mike should be able to get away here without too much fuss. Interesting flop here. Bottom pair for Randy Liu and
All right, I'm
Mike.
going to go for a check raise here because it's pretty hard for me to wrap anything with a bet.
Mike does elect to raise this flop with queen high flush draw, and Randy wants to stick around. Randy getting counterfeited here.
Well, I might have been behind on the turn, but if I wasn't, I'm definitely behind on the river. I've got 6 high now. Checks.
Yes, hand of God, 6, got it right.
I'll take a stab here in case he's got a hand like 7, 8, or 8 jack. Yeah.
What was the game?
We
Nothing's
all
ever betting
bet.
ace high on the river now, so
metaphorically speaking.
I think for a very small
yeah.
bet.
Recognize it now.
The
Tempted to go for another
Master. I
raise,
like that
but
film.
Me too. One of my faves.
Randy turning his 6 high into a bluff, like a boss.
Can't really just call with queen high here, even though it could be good if he's betting some missed straight draws.
I just think of Wilkes
Jack
now
8,
and I hear like a
7
boss.
8.
I think a lot of people in poker
But
thinking about Wilkes for the moment.
I went for it on the turn, and he called, so he should have a fairly strong range there on the turn. I'm not going to go for suicidal check raise on the river.
But it worked. Nice stab there for Randy after getting counterfeited, and he's up with a nice
16 bigs. He raised. I jammed.
2-1 chip lead.
Suited. We get our gongs ready.
Randy, get your
In case
gong
we
ready,
need it.
baby.
Oh, damn! I actually want him to raise.
We're gonna have to ask him if he wins this one
Yeah.
about traveling with his gong.
Oh, for sure. But I'm here. I was picking up from the Twitch chat that Jamie Staples is a gong enthusiast. He may have started the gong
All right, this
craze.
is an all in hand
Oh,
for 15
right.
big blinds.
Interesting.
Finish him.
15 bigs.
Or finish him.
Could be all over here.
Let's get that fatality. He calls. All in. Let's go. What do you got?
Randy
Ace
all
two,
in
no
with
deuce.
a dominating hand.
Hit or chop it.
800.
Oh, and that's Kirk's and Mike Leah. The less than 1% chance.
Nope. That's some chop outs now.
And
Oh, you can chop.
a couple of
Shit,
chop
that's a bad
opportunities
card.
here. Jack or a
Don't
10 will
chop
chop
us.
it. And that's it. Randy Lou takes it down 2-1. Hong Kong Stars.
Rest in peace,
And-
your ears. Randy. Good game. Good game.
Randy, did he get his gong?
We didn't hear the gong.
Randy, what are you doing?
Play the game again. The game is not over, Randy
He
Lou.
did make the gong.
Oh, he did make the
Okay.
gong.
We will allow that.
It wasn't fed through to
Okay,
our
fine.
headsets. Well, Mike Leah goes down 2-1 to
Leah.
Mike Leah. Leah
Leah.
goes down 2-1. Apologies, Mike. To Randy Lou. He'll be hoping for a better performance later by the Blue Jays, who cannot afford to lose their match tonight.
Blue Jays. You
Paris.
know what? It's because the dog left him. If he'd have kept the dog
I think the
on
dog
his lap.
he won the match where the dog was on his lap as
Yeah.
well. I think
Get the
if
dog
we've
back
learned
on your
anything about
lap.
the GPL, get the dog
Get
on your
the dog
lap when you're
back
playing
on your lap.
on the GPL. I believe my colleague here will be interviewing Randy Lou any minute now.
Ooh, is he there?
Have we got him? Ah,
We're trying to
well,
get him. We're
Let's
going to
just
get him on the
let's see
line.
how that game affects the standings.
He is going to get his
We
gong ready.
saw that little ticker going across the bottom with the updated standing after game 2. So we should have any minute now the standings updated following game 3. Otherwise, I'll have to do some mental maths.
I don't think we are. 'Cause
No.
no one's listening to us,
Okay.
as usual.
Well, anyway, Paris Aviators
some mental
move up
maths.
to 147, but the Hong Kong Stars, with those 6 points, they're up to 152. So they overtake the London Royals and move into second place in the standings. And Randy Lou is ready to be interviewed by Laura
Ooh,
Cornelius.
He's going to get it. And Randy Lou. There's
Ah,
his
Shall we do
gong.
it?
Go on. Oh, there's like a little delay on it. Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
congratulations. You even said there in some of those, you felt you were getting a little bit unlucky post-flop, but you still managed to do it for the Hong Kong Stars.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's seems like he was hitting way too many hands post flop, but you know, when the big pots came in, I kind of like made the right decisions. Right, there are some spots when like I had some pretty big hands, but I made some good folds. That if I made the wrong call, I probably would have lost the match. So, and then when we got to the all-ins near the end, you know, I held and got there sometimes. So, I'm pretty happy with my play. Happy that I can bring in a win. I got a win record on the heads up right now in GPL. Pretty happy about it.
Indeed, and we get to sing the gong song.
Gong, gong, gong.
The gong, 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 gong.
Now, tell us, we are really, really intrigued because you were playing from APPT Melbourne last week, right?
So, yeah, I'm still in Melbourne right now. I think
you're
it just
still in Melbourne.
ended today or yesterday.
How did that go?
Not so good.
not talk about
it. But
You
I
didn't
didn't
bring
play
your
that.
gong.
I played like 3 events or something. But Melbourne's a really nice place. Have you been before?
I have been to Melbourne, yes. I used to live in Australia.
Yeah, it's nice, right?
It is very nice. Do you bring your gong out on the street and just gong away?
Pretty much. I'm, you know, if poker doesn't work out for me, I'm just gonna be a street
Yeah.
person and just
A
banging
gong
my gong.
busker.
Yep.
Money-making opportunity.
We want to know, do you have a travel gong that you travel with? And do you
This
have
is
a
the
gong at
travel-
home?
This is the travel gong. I
That's
got
the
this
travel
as a
gong.
present from Selena. My manager.
Oh, does Selena send out gongs to all of the Hong Kong stars like before?
Well, right now I'm the only one that has one.
Oh, we need to get
So-
all the stars hooked up with gongs, I think, don't we? We've only got a
Pretty
week
much,
left.
yeah, it
It's
makes
a bit
sense.
late. Damn. Okay, Randy, thanks so much for chatting with us. Congratulations again. 6 points. And the Hong Kong Stars, I believe, are now in second place in the standings. So good job.
Yep, thank you. See ya.
All right, bye.
Do you know
Randy
what-
Lou.
Yeah. Do you know what we'd have to call them? They all had gongs. The Gong Kong Stars.
Oh, yes. So
Oh.
good.
Zing!
Ta-da.
Ta-da.
On fire,
On
Boothby.
fire tonight. Someone throw
He is
some
on
water over
fire.
me.
Okay.
Anyway.
We did that the other night.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
did
yeah,
it on
let's
yourself.
not do it again. We damaged a lot of equipment.
He did actually
Yeah,
throw
we had to,
water on himself
We
because he
damaged
got
a
a
lot
bit
of
hot.
expensive electrical equipment. Yeah, no repeat of those antics, I've been told by the big boys
We'll
at
see
the company.
later on. Shall we see how it affects the
That's
standings?
how it
We know
affects
they're
the
in second
standings.
place.
There we go.
There
Hong Kong
they
Stars,
are.
second place.
Wow, just 4 points now between first and second. Moscow Wolverines and Hong Kong Stars. How exciting!
Paris have crept up above Berlin, but all the other teams, Moscow, London, Berlin and Rome, all with a game in hand, as we like to say in football.
We're not watching football.
Well, we like saying sports, and we are
Yes,
sportifying poker.
We're sportifying poker.
Anyway, big games coming up in the remainder of tonight's matches. Dmitry Ivanovic taking on Mustafa Kanit. That's the top of the table Wolverines.
I love both of them.
Against the bottom of the table Emperors, with top against bottom. And so that game is a must score for Mustafa Kanit. We haven't seen Mustafa for a while. He's been the clamour of the fans has been there for Mustafa and Dmitry Ivanovic. Both these guys, hot shots of the poker tournament scene in the last couple of years. So really excited to see those two. And we got a sort of an absolute classic for the final game of the night. Justin Bonomo for London Royals.
Be so good.
And also, of course, Jungle Man representing Berlin Bears. So a great night of action. Don't go anywhere because, well, things are getting hot in this Eurasian conference.
Do you think Dmitry Ivanovic has got a gong?
Sadly, probably not, but you never know. I mean, that's not the face of someone who goes around with a gong.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
probably
but
in
let me
Malta.
tell you, he is a surprising character.
He is. I mean,
He
I'm
is
looking
very,
forward to
very
I'm
fun
looking forward to his
beneath that
potential to
stoic
surprise
face.
me. And Mustafa Kanit, lasagna. He loves lasagna. We don't know what he feels.
I hope
don't know how he feels about
Mustafa's
gongs.
in a good mood tonight. I
hope he's in it. Well,
like
yeah, you know, he could go.
a buzzy one.
Well, it depends, I guess, what else he's up to.
I guess if he's eaten or not, because when he gets hangry, as we like
Yeah,
to
I mean,
call it,
those Italians.
Oh,
You don't want to.
don't mess with them when they're hangry.
Yeah. Well, hopefully he's had his lasagna. And of course, that final matchup, Jungle Man against Justin Bonomo.
Yes.
Do
gonna be
not
so
go
good.
anywhere.
Don't go anywhere. We're going to be back in literally 1 hour's time. Stay with us here. Loads of fun strategy, quiz things, just general amusement coming your way in the hour. We're back here very soon. See you then. Bye.